They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run with Etienne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
The Jaguars at 500, sitting at 5-5, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think in order to get prepared for the home stretch, in fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Colin Johnson,
his 4th touchdown up.
And the Ravens respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
On first down, right back to Etienne. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Finds his tight end Ingram. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Lawrence on 3rd down. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he will have a Jaguars first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. 2nd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's moving forward.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
These two teams all tied after one. Second down at 7. Jackson now. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 54 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most often...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens have moved out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Call it a gain of a yard, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down.
A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Come on, set.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
80 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Now Lawrence.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson.
That ball caught. It's marking. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 59 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Dobbins.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Josh Allen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Monte Nicholson picks it. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Etienne once more. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 92 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes on.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level.
The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Take it in at the 3.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11.
They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Trucks over him, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here's Lawrence.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On the counter, Etienne.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And room there to work it inside the 25.
118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Hard throw, incomplete.
Was that the incorrect read or just more an error on the throw by the quarterback?
I lean more towards the latter, because it seemed like he was open there, just missed him on the throw.
And a tough one to miss, because now you're dealing with a 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good.
And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the third quarter.
The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Patterson now for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago.
And he lost the football. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time. Etienne up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
Lawrence will throw.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
Another toe for Etienne.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
138 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
They'll run with ETN.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Straight ahead, ETN.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And this is where the mental part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.